All right, welcome back. Shout out to all 9 of you watching us live, and shout out to D, shout out to Marriott, shout out to Miss Elizabeth Omotayo. Good to see you guys. Now let's talk about Donald Trump.
Thank you to everybody who's part of the community, even as this show is playing live. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's talk about Donald Trump. Trump's trade war backfires. U.S. France. So I'm looking at a quick report here on a UK publication, The Guardian, theguardian.com. It says U.S. France say Trump trade war is hitting production as dollar nears three-year low. Manufacturing survey signals third monthly decline in output in a row amid uncertainty over tariffs. U.S. manufacturers have warned that Donald Trump's trade war is hitting production, pushing the dollar close to a 3-year low against sterling on Monday. I think that's against pound sterling. The greenback suffered a fresh sell-off after the closely watched ISM survey of the manufacturing sector signaled a third monthly decline in output in a row. The ISM Purchasing Managers Index fell 48.5% in May, below 50 signals contraction. In other news, I'm looking at AP, Associated Press. What we know about the suspect and victims of an unfortunate situation that happened. I think this happened hours ago. If you a few hours ago, in the Boulder, Colorado, there was an attack. They say a man armed with a makeshift flamethrower and other incendiary devices launched a fiery attack on demonstrators in Colorado who were calling for the release of Israeli hostages in Gaza. 8 people were injured, and the FBI described the violence Sunday. Okay, this was yesterday, as a targeted terror attack. The suspect, identified by the FBI as 45-year-old Mohammed Sabri Soliman, yelled, "Free Palestine!" according to Mark Michalek, the special agent in charge of the FBI. And I think Trump has seized that person's status, and he said what he had to say about that is that the crackdown on immigration by ICE is going to continue. What do you think, sir? Just wanted to bring you up to speed on Trump.
Yeah, I want us to really respect our allotted time. So
Yes.
let me put it this way. I want to be very brief about this. I think what President Donald Trump needs to do at this point is to be laser focused on things that will benefit America. For number one, the leaders of the world in which we live in, particularly concerning the Israeli-Palestinian thing, should get their acts together and make sure that the poor folks, whether in Israel or Palestinian end, do not suffer further deprivations and lack. Leaders fight, the poor suffer. This is not right. That is all I would say about that. They need to get their acts together. And for people who try to exploit all these kind of situations to promote terrorism anywhere, this is most condemnable, whether within our country, United States of America here, or elsewhere all over the world. You do not own other people's prejudices to inconvenience the vast majority of citizens who really want to live in peace. I hope that point would be appreciated by everybody. Now to the contracting value of the dollar.
Yes.
Of course, this is something we have always spoken about here. The inconsistencies, the weakening fundamentals of the economy, the avoidable imposition by way of a unilateral decision of tariffs on everybody, just talking a quarrel in order to demonstrate some element of macho, that, oh, we are strong, and then preparing false intelligence that borders on the economy, finances of the world. For example, look at the guy that was brought to the Doge, Department of Government Efficiency, Elon Musk, who
He quit. He already quit.
Because he had no choice, because there is a statutory provision that says he cannot serve for a length of time that exceeds
more than
what,
130 days in any given year.
yes, but because he knows.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, all the propaganda, all the lies told about saving $1 trillion, at their best, they said they have been able to save $160 billion. And now the papers, the books are showing that it's all lies.
Yep.
Look at the cost to humanity so far. In Africa, not just in Africa, all over the world. You know the toll on AIDS, how many AIDS patients have died since then? And the figure is still rising. Look at the discombobulation about measles outbreak all over the United States and all over the world. You see, people always have these feelings that go beyond utopian ideals. They want to take the world to where the world has never been. And every good thing anybody has ever tried that keeps the world a balanced place, they want to tinker with. And when they do that, you go where nobody has ever gone, you will see what nobody has ever seen. My concern, and as a President Donald Trump also has to be concerned, is what history is going to record about him. This is not, because it's not going to have another opportunity of reworking or rewriting this. At least he has considered to all of us now that he is not having this funny feeling of running for a third term. It therefore means that he has no opportunity of rewriting all these things. And as for Elon Musk, who came with a mindset of the evil that was perpetuated by his ancestors in South Africa, to administer a dose of that on us, on the world stage, particularly in the United States of America, he's still a young man. And he's going to drink of this bitter cup for a long time. But as for Donald Trump, may God bless the president. He should just think, as the dollar is contracting, that is declining in value, is this where this country ought to have gone? Is this the way we should have headed? You needed to see the way Americans are confronting lawmakers in places like Iowa, all over the country, because particularly Republicans, lawmakers, Congress people have been avoiding opportunities of holding town halls because they are being confronted as to their ability to hold the administration to account. And they are being seen as deceptive characters and liars. And that is a big lesson by way of a comparative analysis and conclusion for lawmakers in Nigeria who would unabashedly, without shame, come out to say, oh, they will give a free pass to whatever President Tinubu brings before them. They will cooperate with it. That's what Senate President Akpabio said on Saturday, where they were commissioning their 30 kilometers out of a distance of 750 kilometers they should be constructing as Lagos-Calabar Highway. He said they will continue to rubber stamp everything the president brings before them. In America here, voters are able to confront these lawmakers at town halls. In Nigeria, the lawmakers to organize town halls to give account to voters and electorates all over the place. What do? They decamp from one party to the other. You see the difference between here and there? Thank you so much.
As far number. All right, join the conversation in the comments in the chat. Right now, we're gonna move on to some other stories. Just on the comment, what do you think about this? Donald Trump, Elon Musk, they did say he can only serve no more than 130 days in any given year. Does that mean he can potentially come back next year to take another 130 days? That's the question that I've been pondering in my
He's
heart.
done enough damage already. He himself has accepted his fundamental disagreement with the administration. So he would continue to hide somewhere as the surrogate president, behind the scene. Let's see how much, how far he can go. But honestly, may God protect America from this looming disaster concerning the economy. Thank you.
All right. All right. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications, follow so you're notified when we drop videos and go live. We'll be right back.